Hi, I'm Cameron. I think that's apparent by this point, but I always feel the need to reiterate it just in case. I'm wearing my glasses right now because I didn't intend to be awake for very long. I It's about 1 a.m. right now, and I woke up at about 7:30, and my sleep schedule is still really bad from Japan. Um, so I went to bed at about 2 p.m. and I set an alarm for about 7 so that way I'd get 5 hours of sleep so I'd be really tired and I could try and go to bed at a normal time. Um, it's like about 1 a.m. so that's still not really a normal time. So kind of not doing great on that front. Um, but in general, I have not been sleeping very well, and my appetite has been down a lot too. I haven't really eaten that much since getting back from Japan. Um, and that's pretty worrying for me. I haven't really had the energy to do anything. Um, I've kind of just been sitting around. It's been almost a week since I've gotten back from Japan. Since it's Friday now, and I got back home on Saturday. So it's been a week. So I've been home for half the length. There's my Jin statue, by the way, the thing I always talked about. I've been home for half the length of my total trip to Japan at this point, and I've kind of just been sleeping every day and not really doing much. Um, and I guess I'm worried about that. Doesn't seem very healthy. You get like a cool like double view, like triple view, because like my camera's like reflected in my eyes and also reflected in my glasses. That looks sick. I like that. That's tight. Um, but I haven't felt great at all. Not even just in terms of like physically, but mentally too. The last time I named a video, I felt worse today. It didn't really get any views. I don't think anybody watched it. Um, we're gonna name this video something clever, something clever. That way a billionaire will see it and go like, this guy needs some money. That's not how these things work. Um, but I guess like I've just been worried about how I've been as of late. And I think that like I don't think I've gotten worse at talking to people. I think it's just that like I can't really keep up with how much everybody else is changing. Um, like I've noticed this. I've noticed this. This happened in Japan as well. But when I'm in a social situation, I don't ever feel like I fit in. I always feel like I'm an outsider, and I've noticed more recently I've kind of been like locking up a bit, where like I just won't say anything at all, and then it's like if I try to say something, it's misinterpreted or people don't think it's funny or something, and then I'm like, well, it didn't really work out then. Um, it's like I always have to fake it. And don't get me wrong, I've had plenty of adults tell me that like, oh, faking it is just a part of like growing up, it's like that whole thing about like the three masks where it's like the one that you show everybody, the one you show your friends, and the one you only show yourself. But like I feel like I don't really have that. Like I I don't really have the ability to like just pretend to be somebody that I'm not for a bit. And as a result of that, I like I just don't really feel like putting the effort in to try and get people to like me if I have to be not myself in order for that to happen. I really dislike that. Um, and I I met somebody new recently, and I tried to be nice and friendly. I tried to be like, hey, we have thing in common. Um, we could talk more about it. Like we could like I don't know, like share tips or something like that. It was some game thing. I don't need to be specific. And I got kind of just this really weird, like passive aggressive answer that was like something along the lines of like, oh, well, you have a lot of problems right now. I'm not sure how much I can help. That's not what it was specifically. That's just how it was like phrased. I was like, why? But why? What did I do? I don't get it. But why? And I I I genuinely think that like I've put a lot of thought into this. I don't necessarily think I'm doing something wrong. Um I think it's just that like the way that I am isn't really the way that people are. I remember someone in college told me that they thought I was like an asshole. And I was like, why? And they said, because you're too nice. Like, what does that mean? I don't know if I talked about this in another video or not because it's been a minute, but like, I was like, what does that mean I'm too nice? And they're like, well, you're too nice. People just think you're fucking with them. I said the F word. That's bad. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, all the kids watching this video. But people said that. Like, they just think that you're fucking with them. And, but why would I do that? What do I have to gain from that? And people are so, like, disingenuous now. Like, it feels like you're not allowed to just, like, ask a question. You're not allowed to, like, be wrong about something. And everyone just always thinks that they're right all of the time about everything. And it's frustrating. Like, I don't know what like the attraction to just being a dick is. Like by default. Like what is the appeal of just being an annoying dick? Dick is like a nice way of putting it, and since I'm saying bad words in this video, I'm just gonna say how I feel. I don't know why you have to be such a bitch about it. You just gotta be this whiny little bitch. The second something doesn't go your way, you like wave your little like rattle and you're like, you didn't do the thing. Like, well, you should know the answer already. And like that's really frustrating. And for me, it's like I think that goes back to like Tekken a bit. It all goes back to Tekken. I got a Jin statue right there. It's almost like I like Tekken or something like that. I'm always gonna talk about it. But like with Tekken, it's like I never feel like I can ask for help because this response is always just like, I don't have time to waste on a fool like you who didn't put the effort in to figure it out. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out. That's why I'm asking for help. I don't think this is this complicated. It's like this weird pride thing where like people need to be like a dick. No, not a dick. A dick implies they're like, a dick. A bitch implies that they're a whiny little baby. Which is what they are, not me. I'm cool. I'm tight. But it gets on my nerves. That's my Gurren Lagann wall scroll, by the way. I guess this is like a room tour video now. I've always just done it right. That's like where I sit when I do my videos. Room tour, room reveal. I love that thing. That's like my favorite thing that I own. But like I talk about World of Warcraft a couple of times. I'm not about to here. I'm going to talk about World of Warcraft. I'm taking my glasses off. I don't need to look like that much of a nerd. But like that's a big problem with World of Warcraft too, because like I have a group of people I play with, and I don't think I'm doing very good. Like I think, like I know for a fact I'm like lagging behind everybody else. I was in Japan for 2 weeks. It just happens. But like, it's not like I'm doing things incorrectly as much as everybody else. It's just that, like, mathematically speaking, because I don't waste my life playing this video game, I am just mathematically inferior. And that's frustrating because it's not like I don't want to be. It's not like I want to be mathematically inferior. It's not like I don't want to be caught up with everybody else. It's just that, like, in order to get to that point, you need to deal with people who don't know how to read and blame me for their problems. I will. It's like you walk into a pancake factory and you ask for a pancake, and then the guy in charge calls you an idiot and says, "Well, why didn't you know that already?" I'm like, so. And the thing about it, right, is that, like, because they don't answer, they never answer the question. I think they don't know. I think they don't know either. Like, they're always so quick to, like, insult someone else, and I'm like, why am I wasting my time with this crap? I could go outside. This isn't fun. It's not fun to get yelled at all day by some, like, 40-year-old single dad who's been divorced twice who pays alimony. That's the type of person who plays this game, man. It's like a weird video. I don't know. I don't really think this video is very relatable. I guess, like, if I tried to make it as broadly relatable as possible for all you beautiful people out there, it's like just being sick. Just really. This is what I mean. This is why I hate South Dakota. People just, man, I hate the world, man. There's just, like, nowhere left for me. I'm doing horrible. Genuinely, I'm doing terrible. I don't know what type of work to do. I don't know who to talk to about this. Therapy doesn't work because I go into therapy and it's like, did you try talking to people? And I'm like, why do you think what am I doing right now sitting in front of you? I don't know. Like, I genuinely, and I'm just being real. I always keep it real. You know, I don't try to, like, dampen things. If anybody watched this far, it's like, I don't really foresee myself being alive much longer, but that's fine. No one watches this far in the video anyways, you know, but I'll still upload it because that's what we call a cry for help, ladies and gentlemen. This is a secret psychology degree thing they teach you. It's that, like, if I say no one does this anyways and then I do it anyways, that implies that I want that to happen. It's not that complicated. It's really not. But no, I'm really not doing good. I'm really not. And I don't know what I need to do to be okay. Probably just look at that a whole bunch. That usually, like, not being funny here. Waking up and seeing that makes me feel a lot better. Haro's also here right now too. He's sitting in my lap. So I don't know. I guess that's the whole video for now. I don't have much else to talk about. Thanks for watching.